Hi, everyone. So I am doing something a little bit different that I've never done before. I'm trying to do a podcast and a video at the same time. So we'll see how it goes. So if it works, hopefully you're watching the video or you're listening to this on the podcast. I will try to make sure that everything makes sense for both things, right? So visually, it'll be a little bit easier. So I thought, because it is almost Christmas and I was thinking that I'm no Oprah, but I thought it would be kind of fun to do something about what some of my favorite things are. So if you're looking for a last minute gift, I have no idea if these things are available, so I don't know if that's really helpful or not, but I thought I'd share with you some of my favorite things. So I have top 10, and maybe they're not top 10, but top 10-ish, but things that I really love to use. Most things are purchased from Amazon. And yes, no, I have no affiliate links. I don't know how to do all that. I mean, I've read about it, but I have no idea how to do all of that. So this is literally just the things that I really find joy in. The reason why also I wanted to do this was that I was listening to a different podcast and they were talking about horoscopes and this and that. And when my horoscope came up, they said that for me, I'm a Libra, that to create joy in my life is really to be creative and do stuff that I find joy in, and sharing happiness and sharing things with other people and being creative. And so this is my outlet. So even if you don't care, for me, this is probably more for me than anything, and just something fun to try. Like I said, I've never done a podcast and a video at the same time. So hopefully it works. I have no idea. So it'll be fun for us all. Maybe you'll hear it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. We'll see. So first things first, my very first thing that I want to show is my hair curler blow dryer thingy. Yes, that is the official name to it. So this is, you can see it on a lot of social medias, where basically it blows hot air and you actually take your hair and you do it so it gives you a blowout like that. So, you put it through your hair as a brush. I've seen it on tons of social media pages. I've had this thing for probably a year and a half, and I know there's all different versions. There's a really expensive version. I am cheap, so I bought the Revlon, I think, version of this. Actually, I don't even think it's Revlon. I don't even know which version this is, but this thing is awesome. I always get compliments when I do my hair with this, and I absolutely love this thing. So that is one of the things that I love. So if you're looking for a way to really give yourself that blowout from the hair place person look, this is a really great tool. I can definitely attest that I love this thing. I use it all the time. It works really well. One tip that I have though is that I don't do it from straight wet. I actually blow dry my hair on the top for a little bit just to kind of get some of the moisture out, and then I use it. But this thing works great. So I highly recommend that. The next thing I want to share is this makeup brush. And so if you're listening on the podcast, this is a very large Real Techniques, almost like a toothbrush style makeup brush. It's huge. If you were to, I don't know how big it's bigger than my hand. It's huge. So I love this thing. This is actually a very soft Real Techniques brush. I got it from Ulta. And this is probably the third one of these I have. I have them all different sizes, but this one I really like the best because if you're a makeup person, I love makeup. I'm not very good at doing makeup, but I love makeup. So with that being said, this is a great foundation brush is really what it is. So if you're listening on the podcast, this is a very large Real Techniques foundation brush, and I absolutely love this brush. Highly recommend. Don't go super expensive with it. Go Real Techniques. I think you can normally get it on sale from Ulta for $15 or something like that. So it's a really great brush. Highly, highly, highly recommend this makeup brush. It's one of my favorites. I love it. I use it every day. And when I'm doing my makeup, so I swear it's not going to all be makeup and whatever, I also use this. I have a terry cloth headband that I use, and I put this on, and there you go. So for those of you listening or watching the video, then you're going to see. If you're on the podcast, you might have to go check the video out. But I use this thing every morning when I'm getting ready. It holds my hair back, and I look super cool right now with this. I absolutely love this, and it works really well. I wash it all every week. And then by, Friday, Saturday, it's like, okay, because it gets makeup around the edges and whatever. But I love this. It holds my hair back, does a great job. It does also help take some of the moisture out of my hair when I get out of the shower if I've washed my hair. But not every day I wash my hair, you guys. Not every day. Some days, or some days it's 3 days in a row or whatever, I use my absolute favorite dry shampoo. I highly, highly recommend the Suave dry shampoo. There are a million dry shampoos out there, and I think I've tried every single one of them. But I have to say, for me, the Suave one, it's just the Suave dry shampoo. It works so good, and it's like $3. So it is so good. I don't recommend getting some of those really expensive dry shampoos because they like sometimes make your hair really cakey. Now I'm blonde, so it does help because, when you have dark hair, I think you have a little bit more problem with it because it just like makes it look even more blonde, and I love that. So with that being said, I highly recommend the Suave dry shampoo. I think it's not necessary to spend $1 million on hair products and things like that because I, again, am super cheap. When I am getting ready, so this I think is my last getting ready thing. It is. Okay, so when I'm getting ready, I have this mirror that I got. It's a vanity mirror, but the cool part is it lights up, which is really neat. My husband got this for me for Christmas last year, and even better, it has a Bluetooth speaker in the back, which is so cool. So I can connect my phone, listen to music, listen to podcasts, whatever, because that is one of my favorite things to do when I'm getting ready. In the morning, I always listen to a podcast because it starts my day off really nice and it makes me laugh and whatever, a happy, upbeat podcast, right? So I highly recommend, even if you're a fella, you can use something like this, maybe not the pink version, but maybe, for a shaving mirror and really stream your favorite music or whatever it is that you're into. But I highly recommend this mirror. It works really well. It's wireless, and it just charges on a USB cord. So the charge on this thing lasts for days, like weeks actually, which is really cool. But a lighted mirror gives you a nice little glow, makes you feel like you're a Hollywood movie star. Even though I'm not, but that's okay. It's all about feeling good, guys. That's really what it's all about. Okay, the next thing I have is probably one of the most random things that I am going to be presenting today. And this is a silver tray. So if you're listening on the podcast, this legit is a silver tray. It's an oval-shaped silver tray. It looks really fancy. But it's plastic. It is the coolest thing. I buy these all year long. I get them from the Dollar Tree. And so they're $1. So I get these all the time for any kind of party, gathering, or even like right now, because it's Christmas time, we actually are making gingerbread houses on these silver mirrored trays. I think they're phenomenal. Yes, they're plastic. So the best part is then if something doesn't work right, you can just boop, throw it away, which is really great. We're recycling it, obviously. But I love these trays. I think that the Dollar Tree, I know there's like all these YouTube videos about how like awesome the Dollar Tree is. And there are some stuff there is things at the Dollar Tree that I find so amazing. They have, especially for like display wise, for like cooking or whatever. So the holidays, they always hit the Dollar Tree. I always get different ones. This particular one that I'm showing is an oval with a nice little waffle pattern around the edge. So it does make it look kind of classy. However, with that being said, they hold up pretty well, but they have all different sizes, and they have clear plastic ones. I use those to make not to make cookies, but to put cookies on for the holidays specifically. It's just great. Like, I think that the Dollar Tree, they got some random stuff there, but they actually have some really good stuff there. So I just have to can't recommend it enough. The Dollar Tree platters. Don't spend $1 million, spend $1 or a few, and then you're all good. I highly, highly recommend it. Next random thing while I'm talking about the kitchen is this Pampered Chef. Yes, so it's a little bit pricey because it's from Pampered Chef, but this is actually a meat mixer-upper thing. I don't believe that is the official name of it, but it's really cool because it looks almost like a fan blade if you look at it from the one end. And basically, it's a spatula and a meat chopper kind of a thing all in one. So like if you're using ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef, whatever it is, and you want to, and it's, like when you get it in the, from the meat department and it's in that like styrofoamy thing and you just like plop it out or whatever. So this breaks the meat up really well and you can mix it up. I really like this thing because it's unique, but it works really well. So I have to say I was a little hesitant when I bought it, but we do a lot of ground chicken and ground turkey, and like I make different, whatever. I make all kinds of stuff. But so with that being said, when I saw this, I was like, oh, I wonder, because I mean, I have a spatula. I have quite a few spatulas and spoons and whatever. Like, do I really need this? And then, I was like, well, why not give it a shot? And I actually have to say that this has worked really well for me. I got it earlier this year from a Pampered Chef party because everyone was having Pampered Chef parties because of the pandemic and had nothing better to do, I guess. So basically, drop your meat in the pan and then use this little thing to break the meat up and mix it up and that sort of thing. I will say, though, that I do generally have to, that at the end when like the ground meat is, it sounds so weird, when the ground meat is being done, I then will switch to a spoon or a spatula depending on what it is. But I really do like this and I do recommend it. I'm sure there's cheaper versions out there, but Pampered Chef, I don't know. Anyone else's mom like was way into Pampered Chef back in the 90s, or was that just my mom? Like, I think the town we lived in, there were so many different Pampered Chef parties. Like constantly they were always having like Pampered Chef parties, Pampered Chef here, Pampered Chef there. Anyways, so I guess I grew up with Pampered Chef, and so I do trust the brand. My mom still has stuff that's probably 20 years old that still works like a charm, almost like it's brand new. So, hey, why not, right? Okay, the next thing I have is, this is something that's new to me. I mean, I've seen them all over the place, but it is a forehead digital thermometer gun thing. And I'm so descriptive with my words. Thing. With that being said, my husband bought this for us at Target because I had a digital thermometer that you put in your mouth, and I had a sore throat a few weeks ago. And of course, instantly I freak out and I'm like, oh my gosh, do I have COVID? Because obviously we all are thinking that this is not the best time to be like, oh, I have a sore throat. So I was worried, and our thermometer, our digital one that you put under your mouth, like we've had forever, literally said I had 128 degrees temperature. I'm like, well, that can't be right. Like, I'd be dead, I'm assuming. So like Reed tried to do whatever. It just died apparently. So he goes out and he buys this gun thermometer thing that you see at restaurants and stuff like that. But the cool part about this thermometer is that not only does it have for your body, but it also can do surface areas too. So you can point it at like so right now I just pointed it at my desk and it's 73.3 degrees. So I think that's so cool. So now I have literally been taking my temperature and everyone's temperature around daily. Even though I don't feel sick, and I literally just had a sore throat for a day, so I think it was probably the wind and the allergies and like post-nasal drip, honestly. But whatever, I felt more confident than anything. My husband and it came with a cute little velvet bag to keep it in, to keep it all nice and safe and snug. But I'm so grateful, and he knew that I would love it, and he was like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm at Disneyland with Buzz Lightyear, like pew pew, I'm constantly. I think when people come to my house now, I probably will stop them at the door and take their temperature. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen, even well after COVID. I think I'm still just going to do it, guys. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of electronic things, this is something that I've had for a while, and it is a 10-foot long iPhone charger. And I absolutely love this iPhone charger. And normally when you buy things off of Amazon, like, I don't know if you all have experienced this, but when you buy like a new charger for your phone, a lot of times like you'll plug it in and it'll say like, not supported device, whatever. Long story short, this one works tremendous. This is awesome. It's a braided cord, so it's really strong. I don't know about your family, but my family, so my husband is Android and my son and I are Apple. And, the chargers, they suck sometimes. They like break and bend and whatever. So this thing has lasted for probably over a year now. And it's great because I have it plugged in my office, and because I'm working from home, and cell phones are the way it is, right? I am always on my phone because people call me a lot because I'm popular like that. And so basically, I can actually have this plugged in and still walk around my office. That's something that, as a fun little tip, that's not part of this, but it's a fun little tip that I do is that I will be on a phone call, and that's when I try to get most steps in as possible. More specifically because I am on Zoom or video calls so much that when I'm on a regular phone call, it's a great opportunity for me to get up and walk around, and kind of like that whole, when I worked in an office, you get up and you go to the bathroom, I mean, I still get up and go to the bathroom, but you get up and you go and talk to your boss or your colleague or whatever, and, constantly going around the office. Well, I don't have that anymore. So I've started doing that. Actually, a while ago, I started doing that, and it really helps. Like, I sometimes, depending on however many phone calls I'm on, sometimes I'll get 10,000 steps just literally walking around my house on phone calls. So it works. I highly recommend getting this. And because if I'm charging, it's 10 feet long. So I am tethered, but not nearly as short as a regular iPhone charger. So I highly recommend this. This is a pink one because everything in my life apparently is pink. But they have them. They're very cool. And I can't speak highly enough about this particular one. It's a braided cord. So it helps a lot with that whole breakage situation. All right. Next thing, I've lost count. So next thing is this I have, which I think is really cool. It is a purse hook. Now, purse hooks have been around forever and a day, right? Well, actually, I don't know how long they've been around, if I'm being honest. But a purse hook, if you're not familiar, is something that attaches to a table or a desk or whatever, and you simply put this like little top part on it, and then you slide it, and then you hang your purse off of it. Especially now, I think these things are so incredibly handy, and I keep this in my purse and I use it all the time because I don't know about you guys, but I don't like putting my bags or my purse or whatever on the floor. I never have, but now more than ever, not that I'm really going anywhere, honestly, I don't want to put my stuff on anywhere. Like, I don't want to touch anything. So this is really handy. I highly recommend. So fellas, if your lady doesn't have a purse hook, I highly recommend purchasing one. You can get them on Amazon. Like, they're not really expensive at all. I don't even know how long I've had this one. A really long time. It has cute little flowers on it for those of you who are viewing on the video. But it's super cute. I really, really like it. And I highly recommend getting a purse hook. And then the last thing I have to say that I really, really love, and this is like just because I am who I am, I really love this purse. Talking about purse hook, I really love this purse. I got this. It's a Coach purse. It's like the brown black with the regular pattern, the traditional Coach pattern. I just love this purse so much. I am very spoiled, and I recognize that. And my husband generally will give me a new purse for a birthday or for Christmas or whatever. So I love this Coach purse. I think Coach, yes, it is expensive, but there's plenty of Coach outlets. So I highly recommend that you go to a Coach outlet if you're looking to get a gift for someone or a gift for yourself, because they have great deals there and they are so much cheaper. So definitely go to Coach outlet. I know in Las Vegas we have a few Coach outlets, so maybe we're a little spoiled here, but Coach really does hold up. I have Coach purses that have lasted me for years and years and years. I rotate them out, whatever. So I don't mean to be snobby when it comes to my purses, but I kind of feel like once you go into that little higher range of price tags, I should say, it is really, really beneficial and you get your money's worth out of it. Now, I am all for Target, and when I used to work, when I was in college, I worked at Payless, and I absolutely loved working at Payless shoe store because you could always switch stuff out and it wasn't like you were spending a lot of money. But I feel as though the older I get, the more I like to kind of quality, kind of a thing. So not knocking anything. Like I said, I love the Dollar Tree and I love getting a good deal. But I do think when it's something especially like your handbag or your backpack or whatever like that, it might be worth it if you're able to do that. And so that's that's just my opinion on it. I mean, everyone has their own opinion. So those are some of my favorite things that if you are looking on this, very less than a week or about a week, I guess, away from Christmas, and you're looking for that last minute thing, I highly recommend, I guess is more where I was going. Some of these items, I think they're really fun. They're super random, I know. And I've never done, like I said, I've never done a podcast and a video at the same time. So I'm hopeful that it worked out okay. I know it's quite visual because it is a video. So maybe, I don't know, we'll see how it all goes. But anyways, I hope you all are enjoying the holiday season, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.